What's up, cardboard enthusiasts? My name's Joey from Shiny Cardboard, and I wanted to talk about my boy RustTyrannomon today.
Hey, me from the future. Sorry about all the sniffling. I have allergies or something. Don't know why today was a good day to record this, but I did. Whoops.
So, first of all, I haven't really been posting because I really just haven't been playing much. Life's been busy, everyone knows how it gets. But I did find the time to go to a handful of locals and test them out. If anyone knows me, Rust in whatever that was, 1.0 format, I think, where the original Rust came out. And that was, I think, the first deck I built. So, holds a special place in my heart. So I just wanted to go through this profile a little bit. Now, it's still in testing, and I'll talk about the flaws as we go. So, for the egg, just 4. Tanamon, I'm not playing a 5th egg. I've only ever missed it maybe one time. Against Blue Flare, where they were just stunning and nothing was happening the whole game. So, you know, that's how it goes. If you don't know, this one just lets you draw one when you play a Tamer, so helps with the consistency a lot. For the rookies, 4 of the new Agumon. So on play, this one will search you a Tamer from the top. I wish it did more than just grab a Tamer, but this outclasses the old Agumon in most green decks by a lot, because it gives you plus 2k when you have a Tamer, and you're almost always going to have a Tamer. Now for the rest of the rookies, they are slightly spicier. So 2 of the Memory Gain Terriermon and 4 the Memory Blocking Terrier. So this one, once per turn when I play a Tamer, gain a memory. It's inheritable, is I'll gain 2k if one of my opponents is suspended during that turn. You know what I mean? Becomes suspended. So this, I was thinking about running the Angoramon, which would also, it just has the same effect as the Tanamon. Just draw you one. But I found this memory gain to be kind of handy. And I don't know if the draw one is better or worse. Memory gain off of like playing some of these Tamers is nice. I just don't know yet. Honestly, I just need to kind of test it some more. Sorry, Tana, I'm gonna move you out of the way for now. And I'm also playing 3 Betamon. So this is what, 13 rookies, 8, 10, 13. I just feel like I need, a lot of my rookies get value off of on play effects. So the fact that this can grab me a Tamer or a level 4 is nice. I just really, the only thing I would want is maybe 4 of him and cut down on maybe one of these Terriermons, but I just, you'll see why, but I just really want like more Terriers. For my level 4s, I'm running 4 of the BT2 Tyrannomon. So this one reveals 3, adds a 5 and a Tamer, so that's nice. It's only 2 cost, which is also nice. And yeah, I mean, I just want to dig for my Tamers and my 5s. I am playing only 3 of the new Tyrannomon, so maybe a little controversial that it's not 4. I think if the only reason is because it is 3 cost, honestly. Plays a Tamer. Now, if this Terriermon had that as an inheritable, where I could Digivolve over a Terrier, play, and like then gain a memory, it would only end up costing about 2 anyways. That would be nice. This does have a nice boost inheritable, where if I have a Tamer, it'll get plus 2k. A little theme on those guys, right? So I get pretty big pretty fast. Being able to play a Tamer with 3 costs or less from a hand without paying the memory cost is huge. I can trigger the TCG inheritable, right? But outside of that, I'm just not 100% sure if I really need 4. So instead of the 4th one, I'm actually playing one of the EX1 Tyranno. I know he is not the fancy art, but I started off playing more than one of him, and I kind of hated it. Realistically, it's Digivolve, right? Plays a Taiga if I don't already have one. Now that kind of sucks here because I have lots of ways to get Tamers out, and I'm gonna be hard playing Tamers also. Like, I just need them out, right? So if I don't like open with it, it's kind of garbage. Also, this is before the split color Digimon, so this is just treated as green on the field, right? It's a your turn effect, which means any searching that would add a green 4 or a mem boost to search to add a green just doesn't work with him, right? So it's just like another chance to whiff, and boy, do I have horrible luck with whiffing. So I don't know. It's nice because it's a 2 cost, right? And it's like another version of this Tyranno. This will give a boost to any Tyranno, which is 2k also. So I don't know. It's okay. I also love the references to the game that this stuff is from because I just recently started playing it. So this reference for the artwork is funnier to me now. I am playing the Arbormon because a hybrid for game is always nice. Just the one. I don't feel like a lot of my Tamers suspend, so it doesn't come up as much as like normal like hybrid decks and stuff would. But and then I'm playing a Rapid, so I can frequently Digivolve for 3 because I am playing 5 TCGmons, right? Now it's not quite as good as in my Gargo deck, but I do have a lot of Tamers where I can kind of deal with rushing boards and stuff, and it's just a nice card to have, I think. So yeah, so that's the 3s and the 4s. Now for the level 5s, our ultimates here, I am starting with 4 of this new Metal Tyranno. I'm playing, I'll just discuss them in a second, 2 of the EX3 X Tyranno and 2 of the BT11 Digimon. So, let me explain myself here a little bit. So, why am I not running the Master TYRANNOMON, the Security Plus? While that is nice, by himself, he does nothing. He does nothing. If I play out with, it sucks because if I don't have my Tamer set up, these 4 cost Digivolutions, right? It's also a 4 cost, just like this metal, will pass the turn. And I'm just gonna Digivolve into a security attacker and pass. Cool, right? Plenty of ways for them to get over that or set up to deal with it, and it doesn't do anything. Another way is if it comes off of a spoiler alert Digimon with a Panjamon underneath and I get rushed, oh, that's a nice sweet double breaker there, right? So that is why I am maxing out on Metal TYRANNOMON, because if I have to Digivolve for 3 or 4 and it passes turn, this guy, when Digivolving or on play, for each green or black Tamer, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Then one of your opponents suspended can't unsuspend during their next unsuspend phase. So it's a great way to stun and buy myself another turn. This deck is slow. There's no way getting around it. They tried to keep it too fair, and it's kind of slow, right? 3 costs into a level 4, that sucks. Dude, I don't care if it plays a Tamer from my hand, right? It just doesn't feel good. Right? And then everyone knows this inheritable, because it is part black and a cyborg, it is frequently getting used in Machine Digimon lists. But when I delete an opponent's Digimon by battle, which is my main form of removal in this deck, so this is also a way to suspend them so I can run them over, I get to trash top card of my opponent's security stack. So that's nice. Now, this X-Tyrannomon, this EX-Tyrannomon, I don't care that it's a blocker, right? It is nice, right? It can't block or attack if it doesn't have Digivolution sources, which kind of sucks if it ever comes off of another effect. Or if I just need to hard play a blocker, like it doesn't work like that. But it is a Tyrannomon, which means I can reduce its cost, and it already is a 3 cost. So I can go up a lot easier and a lot more efficiently with this. So I don't know if this is even worth playing, or if I just play a cheap green, like a cheaper green. I'm sure I can find one that would fit, but the fact that it's a Tyrannomon, I can just Digivolve and the blocker. The only other one that I might want to play instead of this to be just cheap is the old Metal Tyrannomon. Is a 2 cost to Digivolve, and its effect may come up, but again, it's just a cheap evolution, right? The Panjamon, probably a little bit of an MVP here. Half me just wants to run 4 of this, because if you don't know, when Digivolving, I can play a green or a blue tamer with a cost of 4 or less from my hand without paying its cost. So that is huge, right? Like, if I'm not getting my tamers out of my hand, this deck does not do anything. And I need to do it quickly. Right? It's inheritable is when I play another Digimon by effect, one of them can gain Rush. So that is nice, because in this deck I also play Gigi, which can play them. So let's just talk about my 6s real quick. Okay. Start of the show. 3 RustTyrannomon. I am not playing the old one. I am playing 2 GG. And instead of the old one, I'm playing a Dino Rex. So let me talk about these and give my thoughts on them real quick. RustTyranno. This frequently becomes free. So if you don't know, it reduces the Digivolution cost of it for itself for each green or black that I have in play. Green or black tamer, excuse me. Right? So in case you noticed, that's what a lot of my cards do, and they kind of rely on that. So I can frequently get down to like very cheap, and once we get to the tamers, you'll see that they can reduce it even further. So I really only need 2 or 3 tamers, if they're Taigas, to make this pretty free. All turns once per turn when Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon battle, unsuspend this Digimon. So again, like, I need to run them over, and then I can unsuspend. If this is under, I can trash, and then I get to attack again, right? In that situation, now, like, sometimes you would want the Master Tyrannomon underneath, just because you can get like multiple security attacks, especially if you give it piercing, which you'll see one of the Taigas does that. So I can pierce for 2 checks, unsuspend, and like swing for another 2 checks. That's huge, right? But I find myself not needing that, right? I don't need it as much as I need this. So we'll see. The Digimon, yeah, sorry, only one alt, but both arts are sick. We're all big Koki art fans here, but this Digimon, when Digivolving, reveals the top 3, plays a tamer for free from under them, right? That's nice. Then when attacking, for each green or black tamer I have, reveals 1 card and plays any number of green or black Digimon. whose total play costs add up to 10 or less. So that's all these guys. If you noticed, all my, well, not him, but like most of my 4s are 4 or 5. All my 3s are 3 costs to play, and all their effects would trigger on play. Oh, something I didn't mention is that this is also an on-play effect, this Tyrannomon. So, will come out on play, play a Tamer. This guy, if he comes out on play, will also suspend. So, it's nice to have him, right? And then for the nice little techie flex spot, I still only like running 6 level 6s. I feel like it gets cloggy if I run more. I don't see them enough if I run less, right? But this, yes, could be the old Tyranno, or the old RustTyranno, right? The old RustTyranno is nice for attacking over unsuspended things, because if I have a green Tamer in play, right, I can attack unsuspended things, which is sweet. But he is small. He is 4 cost, 11k. Yes, on my turn I can boost him up, but it just doesn't feel like it's doing enough, right? Yes, I can reduce it, and if I swing over something, it can suspend another one. But I don't know. I just feel like it's not quite doing enough right now. Now the Dino Rex, while I don't see it quite as often, is kind of nice. It's come up once or twice. So the only problem is, so let me just talk about it. So a lot of people don't know what it does. So for each Tamer your opponent has in play, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon and gain a memory. That's its when Digivolving. So I can reduce its Digivolution cost already, sometimes making it pretty cheap, and maybe because there's a lot of cross heart at my local, that's why I like this, I'll end up netting memory, right? They don't play a memory blocker. So those are nice. Then all turns once per turn when opponent's Digimon with 6k or less becomes suspended, you may delete that. It'd be cool if it wasn't only once per turn, but then it might be a little busted. But yes, so I can suspend Digimon, delete it on their turn. If they start to swing with little things, they just get deleted, right? Or if they suspend them with other effects, or I can suspend them with this metal effect, right? There's all sorts of cool stuff that can come up. And it's 13, so it gets really big with the boost that it gets with this deck. Pardon my snoring, but... Now for the Tamers and Options, I'm playing 1 Ken, 1 Mimi, 3 Taiga, and 4 Taiga for the Tamers. And then for the options, I am playing the one and only busted HPD, 2 Flower Cannon, and 1 Green Man. So let's talk about this, because ratios are kind of strange. The Ken and Mimi, I just can't quite get it, right? I don't know which one's better. In this deck, at least, like, I can't just build up in the back, right? In that case, Ken would be the best, right? If I was just building up in the back, I could play Kens and like I could get all my effects off, but I'm not, right? I have to push out, have to Digivolve out, which makes this deck very dangerous. Well, I mean, it keeps my Digimon are in danger all the time because I have to push them out. I have to push my stack out because the 4s and 5s play stuff from my hand, okay? Which sucks. They're just my dedicated memory Tamers. I definitely don't need 2 Mimi. 2 Mimi is a lot. The thing is, like, do I want 2 Ken instead of a Mimi? 2 Mimi is too much. It is nice to see it, and I can push out. Like, I can push out. I don't know, right? I can push out, it doesn't matter what it is, but I can push out something, well, even more ideally. Right? I push out this stack, right? I push out this stack and then play a Tamer. And if I have another stack that's already out, then I'm drawing 2 and gaining some memory, right? So it gives me some tempo. So that's why I at least like the 1 Mimi. So far, the 1-in-1 has been okay. I don't know. 2 Mimi is just too tough, I think. And getting the memory gain from Ken is kind of clutch sometimes. So if you don't know, both these Taigas reduce Digivolution cost. The BT2 Taiga reduces only Tyrannomons by tapping it, right? Or by suspending it. It reduces it by 1. And then they stack, right? So that's nice. It also gives all Tyrannomon piercing, right? So I can do checks through Digimon, and why I want to suspend and delete Digimon so bad, right? The new one gives a +1k on my turn to all my Digimon, so they'll stack and I can get pretty big pretty fast, especially with those inheritables you saw earlier. Then can reduce a green Digimon's Digivolution, a level 5 or higher, by 1 by suspending it. So that's what I was talking before, where Rust can get really free really quick, right? Picture I just have 2 of these, right? Doesn't matter which 2, right? 2 this Taiga, 2 of this Taiga, 1 of each. That reduces to 3. I can tap both of them. Now it only costs 1, right? Just with 2 Tamers out. Now if I had 2 of those and a Mimi, well, that's free, right? It's pretty insane, like how free that Rust comes out. Okay, HPD. I had just recently put this in, but I think I need it because of what I was just complaining about before. Like before, it's like, do I really need HPD? Like my 5s are very cheap, or my 6s are very cheap, but I think it's more for my 5s, right? It's more to suspend something that I pushed out. Like I have to have a board, right? I'm getting advantage if I keep my guys out on board and I play Tamers, right? And I use their effects to play Tamers. I can suspend one of them, get into metal for free, right? Suspend theirs, then do it without passing turn, get up to Rust. Because the problem is sometimes maybe I can't. Maybe I just can't get to Rust for free, right? Because I have to go into metal, and that only works if I have enough of these guys out to get into him for free and then Rust for free. So HPD's been okay, which is weird to say. I don't know. But for what I was saying before, the flower cannon, now my removal source is running Digimon over. Now, especially since I don't have the BT2 Rust in here, then I need to suspend them, right? I need to suspend them to run them over, right? So I play this, run over, and trash, and then restand, right? And then swing at security again, maybe, right? So I clear, and I just need a way to suspend. So if I don't go into this guy this turn, or if I don't have the metal, I need a way to suspend, just so I can run over stuff. Plus, it's not bad. It's only such is my luck that people have only hit this in security maybe like 2 times in like 5 locals. Like insane. Like I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's just nice, right? To, especially if anyone's going wide, like just to, if they hit it out of security. No one's really playing blockers right now, so it doesn't matter. Yes, now if it doesn't help if during Machinedramon, and sometimes it doesn't help in Black War, right? They can get, depending on how they're playing the deck, right? They can get blocker inheritables, which sucks. So I don't know. This might be coming out soon for maybe some like big blowout kind of removal, but I'm really not sure. And then the green mem boost. So I did have 2 or 3 of these, and I slowly cut them back down. Added in the HPD, added in, I think, 2 more level 3s actually. Yeah, it's okay, right? Ideally, I have room to play more of them, but it's just that these Tamers take up such a big slot, and I just can't bottom deck Tamers when I need them either, right? So it's nice to add the green Digimon. It's nice to pick them out. But so far it's just been okay. Okay, so you've heard some of my gripes with this deck as I was talking through it. I think, again, some of these big problems comes down to just its efficiency, right? Now, once I get a couple of these out, like, everything starts to become free, right? But my only removal is running stuff over, right? These are my two guys that play stuff for free, right? Do I have to max out on these and just like keep passing turn with them? I might. I honestly might have to, right? Just to get stuff out of my hand. But there's also times where I don't have enough Tamers in my hand and just keep digivolving and like not getting their effect, right? The other thing that I really have a problem with is they built this, right? These all came out together, right? In BT11. These are all the BT11 guys, right? Right here. And then the Agumon that searches Tamers, right? So why include stuff that plays stuff for free, right? I mean, even this came out BT11. Even the GG's BT11. So much stuff that plays Tamers for free, and I get no advantage from that. No direct advantage, right? I wish that there was almost, instead of, yes, the plus 1k is sick. Like when I get a bunch of them out, like they get huge, right? But I wish there was like a dedicated Tyrannomon searcher. That's what this deck is missing. Like, why can't I have a card that adds a card? Like, why can't this Agumon be, where is he? Why can't the new Agumon be, oh, here, the shiny one. Why can't this Agumon add, reveal 4, add a Tyrannomon and a Taiga, right? Or a green Tamer and a Tyrannomon or something, right? Why can't it do that? And were they really afraid of like making this deck good? Because that's what it feels like. And I understand, right? But is this the deck that you're worried about making busted while you're releasing more and more Black War support and more Greymon support? I don't know. I mean, what was wrong with giving me something that searches Tyranno? Or God forgive that this Taiga has an on-play effect. Imagine just on play, reveal the top card if it's a Tyranno, add it to hand. Or like reveal the top, maybe a search, the plus and the reduce is too much for a Taiga, right? But why not add just that on play? I don't know. I would rather have that than the 1k, I think, more often than not. Because I'm not getting advantage, right? I'm thinking like, oh, I have to play like here. I have to do this, right? Digivolve, play this. Now, the only advantage I get is if I happen to have the Tanamon underneath, right? Oh, I'm drawing a card, right? That's it, if I'm passing turn, right? Then, well, I can suspend to get into him and play another one, right? Maybe play this Taiga. And then I can go up for a cost of whatever next turn. Right? Cost of 1 next turn. So it's just that it's too fair. It's too fair of a deck, which is fine, but it's broken mechanic, it's quote unquote broken mechanic, is I think just not good enough right now. It's getting this very free is its broken mechanic, right? These reductions are broken. Piercing plus 1k, like, he gets big, but I just don't think it's good enough right now. And hopefully we get another card here or there that can help us out, but I will forever remain a fan of this deck, and I just want it to do better. I can win games, I'm not gonna win at locals right now. It's just too tough with this deck, too slow. But, all right, so until next time, enjoy your shiny cardboard, you fiends. Peace.